going my first shoot of the summer for my large format photography. I just got my new camera, my Intrepid. This is my first time shooting with it. Today, I'm using the leftover film I had for my large format class, and it's black and white. But my dark cloth, this is my dark cloth zip up jacket. That's all you really need. My loop is, I ordered it, but it's taking forever to ship. It's coming from China, so I'm just gonna estimate the focus with my eyes on the ground glass, which should be fine because today I'm shooting. I'm shooting the huge telephone poles, not the. I'm driving actually. Not those skinny wooden ones that are everywhere, but the taller metal ones. Because a lot of them have gardens. One has there's a whole greenhouse, and so it's interesting. I'll see what I find to see what's up. But mostly this is all about just getting out there and starting to shoot more. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, well, no, you can. So this is what I'm talking about. It's more like a power line, not a telephone thing. But okay, so this is one of them, and they just run all across this green belt. And to over here, I'll scroll over in a second, is a nursery. They're actually closed today, so I'll probably go another day to photograph in it. So this nursery is not necessarily like right next to the power tower, the tower of the power line. But I mean, they're directly under the lines, so that would be like a pretty good thing to photograph. But today right now, I'm gonna walk around and try to find some composition with these power lines. Here's the nursery behind that gate, and it runs like all the way under those power lines. You can see the next one. Completely in between here and the next one is the nursery. It basically fills up a quarter of the block, I'd say. So let's walk around for a composition. Okay, here's the first composition I found. It's pretty simple, right under these power lines, and you can see the long row of the rest of them, which is kind of crazy. So I think this would be pretty good. If I want to make this thing a series, which could be because there's a lot to photograph here with this subject. This would be a good simple photograph to do this. This camera, I don't have a place to put it, so I'm just gonna pose and focus. Okay. It's blending down too much. Also, this tripod is a little, or not the tripod, the head, a little annoying. Because there's like, even though you tighten it down, there's like some give. Just keep it down there. Okay, here's my dark cloth. It's my zip up. Because I don't really need to buy a dark cloth if I have this. This is also more convenient. And I can wear it when I'm not using it, which is nice. Oh, wow. Okay, and then do some rise, or some fall actually. No, rise. Okay, I also don't really know what the zero is on this. Actually, no, I do know. I found this my dad's old camera bag. Fits 5 lens film holders perfectly. And wait for a nicer one. Okay, ready? Nice. First shot done. just all my hair. See, using the dark cloth or my zip up messed up my hair. I don't care. It's funny, I just realized I should have taken that photo vertically, because it's literally a tower. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but it's fine. Okay. Ooh, I just saw this. I could shoot through the gate, but it's kind of lame to be shooting through the gate when I can just go the next day. But it's kind of cool to have the gate. Maybe with the barbed wire. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'll just get this. I just won't get two of it. Yeah, that'd be it. Okay, let's do that. Don't know. I don't know how much. Like. Okay, you gotta compose first. I don't know how much good information I'm saying right now. Interesting. Okay. But the cool thing about this process is like with 4x5, I've been way more, zero my camera, composing the image with my eyes rather than through like the viewfinder of a mirrorless camera, DSLR. Because like it's not really like, or like looking through the ground glass, because like it takes so much to set up this camera, so I'd rather see it with my eyes first, which has been really beneficial, because when I look at like the street photography I do on my digital cameras where I have a viewfinder or a rangefinder, they are like, I'm photographing interesting subjects and interesting moments and things like that. So I'm focusing more on the subject matter. But in terms of composition, I mean, obviously it's largely instinctual. So I'm really just like reacting to the thing. And if I'm shooting through my viewfinder, which a lot of times I am, or looking at the screen for like, you know, street photography, photojournalism, not really thinking about the composition. I'm really thinking about just like how the image looks or whatnot, getting the subject to be seen at all as opposed to it nicely. So this forcing me to like look at it with my eyes first has been really nice. Holy, yeah, it's a good composition. It's a matter of, do I want to focus? Do I want this gate in focus? Which is difficult to do in the first place. Like having the whole gate and everything else. That's just like an f-stop thing. Yeah, I don't think, oh, and I'll focus on the barbed wire though. Okay, so I'll meet her again, but it's not really, it's gonna be the same. It's like, it's also like, is it pointless to do all these movements and then just do F32? That's like so annoying. It's like all that hard work on 125, I'll do a 60th, stop it down a little, half. Okay. Please, nothing move. Oh, something I like to do, which I didn't do last shot, but now that I remember I'm gonna do it for this shot, is after I take the first image, I open up the aperture again. After taking the image, like putting this in, I'm doing all this stuff that I might have accidentally moved, like the movements or the focus. So I just like to, after I take the first image, I take out everything, I open the aperture and I look under the dark cloth to make sure the image looks like what I did, what it looked like before I put in the film holder, just to see if anything moved. And if it did move, then I can take a second image. So, yeah. There's a butterfly. Now, time to check time to check if anything moved. See, it moved a little bit. Oh. See, all this for 2 images, 4 negative. Okay, but that was the image. Yay. 14 minutes? For future reference, something with this shadow would be cool. Also thinking about this, how it's gonna work in black and white. I think for most of these images, it should be fine. Or actually good, because it's really about, like the shapes and the relationships, the shapes that are formed by the power line and how they interact with the environment. Here's my scene. And I wanted to, here, it's cool to be, my jacket. You get an image of people living with the power lines. Greenbelt kind of, they have a relationship together, and how people interact with both the Greenbelt and the power lines. So, this point, messenger. Nice. I just saw, like, I don't know if you can see this, I can't even see on this tiny monitor, but there's a plane over there, and it crossed like the lines of this. So for future reference, image I want to get is like just putting up at the sky, some composition with the lines, but it's like too blue of a sky today. What I would want is like clouds, and then like a subject, so a bird or a plane. Successful day, I think. I think I want to keep doing this, go back, photograph the nursery, and then photograph the power line, like, of course, keeping it in frame and like obviously in frame, but also like photograph, you know, like I said, like the relationship of the Greenbelt and the people that use the Greenbelt and, you know, live with the power line, and how they, you know, are more often the subjects rather than the power line. So, and the way that will be reflected in the images is, you know, the power lines are always centered or obvious in the composition, and nor will it be in focus sometimes. So those are things to think about. So that was good. And one of the things is like my first vlog video. And like I'm just trying to think about what I want to do with making these videos, and like why I want to do this more. It's cold now. And what I think I can get out of this. Ultimately, it's like, making these videos is like a practice for myself. One, it's documenting the things I'm doing, so like I can go back on them, or people can look at them, I guess. But also being able to talk through the things I'm doing and why I'm doing them, and talking about photography, like series and projects in a broader scope, is a good practice, and I think it's something I can always be getting better at. So think about what I want to do while I'm here in California. So what I did over spring break was photographing the suburbs. I mean, where I live, and looking. I originally went out to photograph like repetition and unity, wide roads, things like that I thought would define like what makes a suburban life. But I actually found, like, I can show you this evidence of like a lot of biodiversity that I don't know if it's, you know, all native. Here's one house that I took a picture of this one. All native to California, but it's pretty like representative of like the area and how California came to be. And it's interesting to think about it in like the context that we're like a desert. And so that's like a more environmentally focused project. So that's that. I think that would be interesting too. Okay, so I am home developing my film for the first time. So let's see, I'm gonna just do 2 pictures initially, just in case. Just not really like how much I trust myself. It's really Kodak HC110 developer and this TF5 fixer, which apparently you don't need a stop bath. And I guess I don't need fixer remover. So I have 2 chemicals, which makes it really easy. But it also makes me a little nervous about like whether or not this is gonna work. Okay, good. Oh, bruh, I wasn't filming this whole time. I'm so dumb. Okay, well, I just did my pre-soak and now I'm doing my developer. Okay, big reveal. First home developed photos. No! Okay, this one's just... No! Okay. I have to figure out what happened. It's just completely black. I guess I can barely see through it. I did everything right. I gotta like take a picture with, yeah, maybe I'll take a picture with the new film I have just to make sure this develops correctly. And if it does, that means all the film I just took on the old film is just washed. But no, but it's because there's still lines, so you know. Okay, but the truth, I did everything the same this time except I did it with the test film I just shot with my new film, which shouldn't really make a difference because the old film you can see the outline of the film holder, so it has to be something that happened. If it was during a shooting process, it had to happen in this film holder, which wouldn't matter which film it is. And if it's not that, the only other explanation is something with this process, which would suck because I don't know how to fix it, but let's see. Yes! Okay. Came out. I don't know what I did differently. So it must be the film. I must have messed up something. Yeah, at least that's good. I'll just process the rest. Let's see what comes out. But it's good to know that this developing process is not stuffed.
Oh!
See you.
Is that what's supposed to happen?
Yeah. Film came out good. Yeah, boy. while my film dries, I'm gonna practice this with an old negative that I already have a scan of, so I can maybe compare. But next step is scanning. Look, camera scanning is so much sharper than the Epson I used at school. This is the camera. This is the Epson. Like, what? You can see. Let me scroll down to it like a more. Yeah, like this. Like, look at that difference.